Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your girl Melissa L. Atkinson, and it's another episode of Hard Way Soft Life, the podcast. I'm super excited because my next guest today, honestly, she doesn't really need an introduction. She is the queen of Pilates in Tampa, Florida, and she's moving out to other regions. And she just started her own, location, and we're gonna talk about that actually because I have no way to put it in words for her. But my next guest is Jodi Campbell. How you doing today, Jodi?
I'm good, my girl. I'm good. Oh my God, I'm so excited for this.
I can't believe I'm interviewing you. This is wild.
I'm in the making. The making.
Well, okay, so just for the people who are listening, we were supposed to do this last year when we went to Atlanta in August or September?
September.
And we never did it because, we were staying together and I kept being like, oh, no, it's okay. We're just
I feel
tomorrow.
it just was that mode of we just have things going on. And so it's nice now. So what, maybe 8 months from then?
Yes.
Whatever time frame that was, to be okay, wait, now so much has happened between the 8 months.
So much has happened. So we're gonna talk about all the things that have happened for you, which I'm thoroughly excited. So talk to me about your newest endeavor. Let's start there with presence with no vowels. So I'm not gonna lie, the whole consonants things, I was like, oh, that's really cool. I like alliteration.
Throw your brain off?
It turned me on. I love alliterations, yes. Melissa the multi-hyphenate, memorable Melissa. But then I saw presence with no vowels and I was like, okay, talk to me about it.
Presence it's called PRSNC Fitness.
Okay.
And the goal is to be still and be present.
Okay.
In the Bible it says be still and be present, and my story is that Jesus and Fitness saved me, and I had so many moments that I just needed to don't be here, don't be there, don't do this, don't do that.
Right.
And how do we create a space where people can come and yes, they're still gonna move their bodies, but the mental stillness.
Right.
When you get there, just be still.
Okay.
All the things that are happening outside the doors, around this, it doesn't matter. Because when you leave, it's gonna be there either way.
Absolutely.
So it's a really great opportunity for people just to feel like they were in a space, because we've created the concept around the events.
Right.
So how do we continue doing what we're doing with the events now in a space like this, where people can come on a daily basis and they can feel oh wait, I'm able to be present, but still with the people who care about me and with the people who want to pour into me. So removing the vowels was removing the distractions.
Really? So that was done with that in mind?
Yeah.
Okay, so in my mind, right, because I'm always in my marketing mind, I just assumed, it's because it looks cooler, and then I also thought that maybe trademarking and stuff like that, it would be easier without it, but it was done in mind of any distractions are gone, and so this is the meaning behind having it spelled in this way.
Okay. It's an easy way to.
I have to give the little claps because that's actually really cool.
Thank you. But it is really, you can still say the same word without the vowels.
Right.
And so you can still show up and be authentically you without all the distractions.
No, it's true.
And the things around you. So it was a nice way to remove it. And so studio is Pilates based. We have a concept that people can come in and they can experience, Pilates, but also community.
Right.
And the fact that it's Black-owned is something that Tampa, from my knowledge, doesn't have.
Yeah.
So it is really cool to be one of the first to be the first to do something like that.
No, definitely, you're a pioneer in this. And even when I met you, it's crazy actually that we're here at Timpano because this is where I met you, now that I'm thinking about it. So for those of you guys who are listening to this by way of audio, we're at Timpano, which is located in Hyde Park Village in Tampa, not the Hyde Park in New York. Sorry, y'all. But when I met Jodi, it was January of 2025.
Yep. And
I was just starting to exercise because my husband previously told me I should start going to the gym. And so
Ryan.
And so I was looking for something, and so I did a few Pilates classes in other places, and no shade to anyone who does Pilates, I just didn't feel like there were enough people that looked like me in those spaces. And so when I saw this pop up, I was like, oh, I have to come. And it was cold, and it was outdoors outside of the Timpano, and there was this beautiful Black woman smiling at all of us, welcome.
She's my worst nightmares ahead of me.
And I just never thought we'd end up on this road, but it is very refreshing for us to be here. So you went from working corporate, and we all know that you went from working corporate and you said, hey, I want more for myself. And then you started doing the Pilates pop-ups initially. Tell me about the process of, because I know you used to say, I don't really want to have like a space, right? Like that was a big thing. So what happened like on your journey that was like, hey, you know what? I think I'll do it.
So I'm like getting chills thinking about it. So earlier last year, back in November,
Okay.
A really good friend of mine reached out to me and she was like, hey, I want to open a space with you. And this is the very raw, full story.
No, give it to me raw.
And so she's like, hey, I want to open a space with you. And
Okay.
I believe in you. I believe in the vision. I believe in what you've already created. I believe in, the pop-ups that you've already been doing. And I really want to bring an experience like this. So I'm like, on the phone, I got quiet because I'm like, what? And I was like, yeah. I've never been presented with something like that.
So you just said, yeah, like you just, you didn't object at that moment.
No.
What
that
was
had
it
to have
that-
been God himself.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, was it, like, did you feel
The
like
Lord.
the Lord was talking to you in that moment?
The only thing that came out of my mouth was, yeah, I'm here for it.
Okay.
And that was the beginning of a journey that we started building all the things. And since then, we built the LLC, we did all the things, we started talking about studio spaces, we built the social media page. She was an incredible part of building the social media.
Okay.
And we've since made a decision that it would just be something that would just be a Jodi thing.
Okay.
And she had other things going on and was like, I want to focus on this. I love presence. I support it. I'm here for it. And I honor her in the way that she did it and the fact that she was like, I still believe in the vision and what we built onto this point. And since then, I've been welcomed into a space and kind of collabed with a company called Corner Haus, where they have a space literally on the Corner Haus in Seminole Heights. And we're basically housing all of our classes out of there now.
Okay.
And so we have classes during the weekdays, but then we also have our events. Because people look forward to the events. They look forward to an experience, but then when they're at the events, they're like, oh no, I want more of this. Like, I want to feel
That's true.
all the things. Like, I want to do this during the weekdays. Like, I would need your energy all the time.
Yes.
I need to be reminded I can do hard things all week long. And so this was a nice segue into it. And so I'm grateful that, we have the segue into it. And so to start building out classes, but still not take away that weekend and event experience, but instead give people a little bit more and then instead create more elevated experiences.
For sure. I think, we're thankful for that friend, for putting that idea in your mind and for the Lord, facilitating that yes for us to even be here. So the Corner Haus, I never knew that place existed until I went to the event the other day that you had. Loved it, so vibey, so nice, so cozy in there. It was a very intimate space. And although you create a great environment no matter where you go, I think it's just nice to know that we can consistently go to one place and be like, okay, I can go see Jodi here. So tell me about I guess the relationship with Corner Haus, because when you first started with Presence Fitness, was the thought that you were going to open up your complete own space, or did you guys already know that you were going to be housed by someone else?
No.
No.
At the beginning of this year, I remember saying to God, what is my word for the year? Give me the word that you want me to move in. And he said surrender. And so I checked back in 5 days later. I was like, so God, what's my word for the year?
Are you sure, God?
And he was like, surrender. And this season, I have not heard from God more clearly than ever before. I've heard from God more clearly than ever before in the season. And he was like, surrender. And I was at church and the sermon was about surrender. And then I was talking to a friend and I was like, oh. So all of January, I got confirmation that the word was surrender.
Okay.
So in me saying that, it was the reminder that whatever journey we're going on with Presence, I have to be open to it. And so a lot of times we go into space and we're like, oh no, that's not me. So my word was surrender. And I was like, okay, well, if the word surrender, then I have to surrender to whatever God's gonna do. And so I was like, God, whatever you do, wherever you lead me. So we found a space, loved the space, but it was just so big. Everyone that's saw it, loved it, but it was, and I was very particular. I'm not someone who's like, hey, 10 people come in here. Maybe 5 people saw it. My sister, my mom, my dad, and I think maybe one other person. It wasn't many people.
No,
because one, it's I don't even know what's happening here.
Right.
So it's very, very intentional. Love the space. They were very kind, and so we were like, okay, well, we're gonna see kind of what happens here. Obviously, the transition of ownerships and things happened in the middle of that.
Right.
And then one of my friends who takes my classes all the time at another studio I teach at, she came and she was like, went to that studio or space, and she had taken another class there because they do different classes, and she was like, hey, like, you should do this when you open the studio. Come to find out, Corner Haus ended up posting that they were going to do, that they were looking for someone to host Pilates classes out of there.
Okay.
So
when something like falls like into your lap like that, it's kind of like, you know what? I know I was thinking about this, but maybe we should explore this other thing. Okay.
And literally, I think I was with Naj that day, and we were like, as soon as that was done, I went over there, looked at the space. I just wanted to see it. I wanted to see what it would look like. Come to find out, the girl who owns it, which I didn't realize, was my friend Gabby.
That's
who
hilarious.
had been at another event that I hosted. She was working the flower bar. She owned the flower bar.
Okay.
But I didn't realize and put two and two together
like,
that,
oh,
like,
this is,
yeah, that she had bought Corner Haus, was owned, like,
wow.
And so it's her and another individual I know named Gabby as well. They own it. Needless to say.
Wait, so they're both named Gabby?
Both named
Gabby
Gabby.
squared, okay.
Exactly. Gabby Square at Corner Haus.
It's actually, I should
Hold
sell
on to
them
that
that
one.
idea.
Hold on to that one. So I get there and I meet her, I see her, and I'm like, Gabby, what do you do? She's like, you didn't realize it was me? And I'm like, I'm not an Instagram investigator. Like,
right.
I see something, I keep going.
Right.
Because I'm like, if I really need to know that, it's gonna come back around and it's gonna show itself.
I can imagine too, I mean, and I know we've had talks about that in the past too. I can imagine just because you're always on the go, there's no time to be investigating who owns what and who knows. I will meet people as I meet them. And I know this time last year, I probably didn't understand that as much because I wasn't as busy. And so now I'm like, no, I get it. Nobody got time for all of that. Like
the people which bless their heart, I can be like, hey, like, I researched this and I got this, and this person does this and they own this, and like that's why her boyfriend hates her and she loves him.
I'm
And
screaming.
like, you have a lot of time on
They
your
need to be an
hands.
FBI investigator.
You're in the wrong profession, sweet girl. I don't have the time for that.
No, but it's such a blessing that it all like kind of just fall into place for you. So let me ask you, Corner Haus is great. Love it there. Really like it. I look forward to using my class passes to go to class. Is there any plan perhaps of actually opening a studio? Like it's like, okay, this is Jodi's establishment, or am I asking a question that I should be minding my business about? Like,
I won't tell you to mind your business.
Okay.
But everyone else who has questions. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that's the goal.
Okay.
But I think that there's something so unorthodox about what we've already been doing for the past year and a half, that for this to happen this way, I'm like, God, you are just continuing on the same path you've already been on.
Right.
Where you're putting me in an unorthodox space where I never knew this would be the space. Or, you know, I've been a part of so many studio openings where I've watched them do the 6 months or 5 months or, you know, months of like advertising.
Right.
And then they open their space and they do all the things, and it's like, that just hasn't been my journey.
Right.
And for this to happen in this way, it's like, okay, if this is my year of surrender, then I have to truly surrender. And so in me surrendering, that's me saying, okay, if it's gonna look this way, if it's gonna sound this way, then like, yes, but the goal is to have our own space.
Right.
And right now it's like, okay, like, let's see what these few months look like at Corner Haus, let's build the market.
Right.
And then when the space opens, it's like, we would have already built out so much, but like, that's how it had to happen for my journey.
Right.
Which you play a comparison, I'm grateful that I got delivered from playing that comparison game very early on in my career.
Comparisons to other instructors?
Other studio, anything.
Okay.
But like in this case, it's like the comparison of like, oh, well, this studio opened here and did this and it looked like this, and it's like, well, there was a friend. It's so easy to like get in your head and get caught up in all the things, and then now you're like talking yourself out of it. You're not opening anything.
Right. No, it's true. Sometimes you can stop yourself before you even start. And I have to tell you, I'm super proud of the progression. I'm super proud of just where you are. I'm proud of you opening this space, or like actually like starting this process, right? And so speaking of the process, I'm very curious because I know Jodi as a friend. I know Jodi is my Pilates instructor who sometimes I'm like, this is too hard, I don't want to do this, just stop. Like,
make it in, girl.
But talk to me about Jodi, the businesswoman, because you're not just a Pilates instructor. This is the business you are the business and the brand. So I know the brand. Talk to me about the business side of things. What does that look like? And this is me as like, right, like, I'm like, I think the business and the brand is hard on this side. So like day to day, like what does it look like? Like what?
It's never the same. Literally, my days start out because I'm still teaching at studios.
Okay.
Because I still have to like pay my bills and make money.
Absolutely.
And it's like, people don't think that, people are like, so what do you do during the day? Girl, I work.
I'm working.
I'm teaching Pilates. People think I teach Pilates just on the weekend and when I do events. And you know what? I love that for them.
I think it's good to have, like, not that you want a facade, right? But like for the longest, before I actually stepped into the space of the things I do now, I used to work human resources.
Yeah.
Of course, on social media, I was not going to tell people what I did as my day job because I don't want, you just don't want that. So I used to model, and people thought I was only a model. And I was like, you know what? That's really great that you think
love
that.
I love that you think that. Keep thinking that.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So we know, obviously, like you work. We're not going to put out where you work, but we know you work day to day. And so when you're doing things for presence, like, I mean, how have you grown in just like the business aspect of it? Like, I mean, I don't even know. Like, if you talk to me like I'm a dumb person, like I have never opened a space of my own. I don't know what it entails.
So there's multiple parts to it. Like throughout my days, in the sense of just like my day, I'm meeting with different people, whether it be to build out the space and like whether it be to create partnerships. So it's like, today is obviously very random, but like if I was working with Tampa to have them come to one of our events or to have them pop up, like I'd have a meeting with them. And so literally that's what my weeks consist of, because we have so many different partnerships that we do have. So that's one of the things, one of the other things, teaching classes. But as it relates to the studio space, like the biggest part of that is I need to be in the space. I'm there, I'm making sure, like, especially when we were starting to do all the things, like, okay, like, do we need to get extra mirrors? Do we need to get extra lights? Do we need to get extra garbage cans? Like, doing the test out classes. So that was one of the really big parts. Corner Haus did a very good job of like already building out a really cool space, and so it was like adding in different things in between. But from a business aspect, I think for me the shift has been, oh wait, I'm not just Jodi Campbell now. I'm now, now presence is attached to Jodi. And how do we keep Jodi as she is, but shift? Because I'm also the marketing manager. I'm also the it's everything. It's like, so marketing, social media, you think the business aspect of it from like a money perspective of like, okay, figuring out the partnerships, how do we start to build the business side of it, and like on a day-to-day, like what does that look like? And I think people don't recognize that like we have incredible partners that we work with, and they don't happen just because like, oh, she's cute. It's like, no, I come and I spend time at Timpano. No, I go and I spend time at Kendra Scott. No, I go and I spend time with these spaces at the businesses where people are like, oh wait, you actually are invested in the business. You're invested in what we're doing. You want to be a part of this. And like, you know that firsthand, where it's like, no, like, truth didn't just happen to, you know,
I think that people
like, spend time.
You spend time, you spend money, you spend energy, right? Because you want people to reciprocate that. I think that oftentimes, you know, when I was first starting with the podcast, when I was first starting with even trying to come up with the event idea that I had with the intersection, a lot of people thought that I was just going out a lot. Right? And yes, you see me out and about, but it's about building relationships, right? Like, I support your business, so that way when I come up with one, I hope that you support mine. And I think that that is a piece that most don't understand, especially if they're not in the entrepreneurship world. And when I first started as an entrepreneur, I did not understand, right? I'm coming from corporate, and people were like, it's about building relationships. And I'm like, I don't get it. Like, so it's about you just making friends with people? Oh, that's a really big, whatever that was.
I was like, whoa, are my eyes deceiving me?
When I tell you that is some PR training, because you didn't even move, and I'm like, no, get out of here.
Like, bop.
But I didn't understand the effect, right, of building relationships. What is there a relationship or a few relationships that you would point out and say, you know what, this was very integral to my career or to like my growth?
We're sitting in one right now.
You know what? I'll take that. Now we're sitting in one. You heard that? We're sitting in one right. Yes. I feel like I've done nothing for you. So.
No, we're literally Timpano, I mean, is the space that we're sitting in.
Yeah.
Like, this is the first space that we ever did an event in.
That's true. And they bet on you, right?
Yes.
On the concept.
Like Lindsay, my friend, who she said to me, she was like, sure, do it here. She's like, do an event here. And I was like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, you should do an event here. And I was like,
I'm not gonna lie to you, when I saw the flyer, so the way that I found out about you is because, shout out to Ryan Rose and How a Sunset Sounds, is because Ryan was actually at the start of his How a Sunset Sounds. It's so crazy. I feel like everyone's been progressing kind of all at the same time. But How a Sunset Sounds was fairly a new concept. And I had already met him and I said, oh, he's a great DJ. I'm gonna go to whatever this Pilates thing is. And it's funny, I saw another Pilates pop up, but I didn't know who the DJ was. So I was like, I know this DJ. I don't know who this girl is, but I'm gonna go. Blown away by you. But I did think it was weird. I say all that to say, I was like, at the restaurant? How are they gonna do that? Like, and then I saw how the setup was, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, would you say that you outgrew Timpano? Is that what happened?
yes. We haven't been able to do events here since then because I think we stopped in the summer.
Good for you.
We made it onto like Best Friends Day because we were gonna have to bring them inside because we were getting complaints about
You're too far
things.
back.
We went too far out, and it was just like we couldn't contain what was happening here. Which is like,
It's pandemonium.
thank God, like that's our problem.
Right.
But it was, I think people get so caught up in like, well, what if it doesn't work, and what if it doesn't? I'm like, well, that's gonna go wrong, and it's like, this is my cup of what I can handle, and I am not gonna, if it is not gonna move the needle forward, it can't fit in this cup. The cup is only so big.
Okay.
So if you're gonna bring up like, oh, it's not gonna work, and oh my God, that's kind of crazy, and oh, let's no, aren't you afraid? Hell, keep moving. The cup can only hold so much.
So question, right? Because I know that you're like, I don't want to say you're a risk taker, but I do know that you are the kind of person that's like, hey, I have this idea and I'm gonna move forward with it, and whatever happens, happens. But just as a human, like, I mean, because I know everyone experiences doubt sometimes. So moments that you felt even a tinge of like, I don't know if this is gonna work out. What do you do to get yourself to continue to keep moving?
First of all, I feel like every single event, we've done 90 events
90
since last January.
90?
Yes, that we've at least accounted for.
How many Pilates classes do people actually teach in a year? Like, that is 90? Girl, I did my first event, I know it's not Pilates, but I did my first event and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do another one next year. Like, 90?
Yes, those are ones that like Eventbrite counted.
Okay.
We switched platforms in between parts of that. So all 90 times that, and mind you, this isn't events that people hired me for, and like, bro, that doesn't even include any of that. That's
wow.
Like, I personally put on my platform. And every single event, there's a slight hint of doubt that comes. And that's the moment where it's like when I'm driving to the event, like I'm on the phone with someone, I'm like, get off the phone with them. Because like, if you're gonna bring a little bit of doubt, I'm already carrying my own doubt. If you're gonna bring guilt, I'm carrying my own guilt.
Right.
Yeah, no, the doubt creeps in every time. And it's gotten better, but when you have people who come to an event and they say that's the best thing I've experienced in a workout class in my life, or oh my gosh, your story changed my life, or oh my gosh, a part of me was healed.
Right.
Like that's not like a, oh, we're tooting your horn and like a ooh, ego boost. It's like, no, you were experiencing a very real life thing.
Yes.
And you came into a room with people and you probably came in nervous. You probably came in scared.
Yeah.
You probably came in like, oh, am I gonna know anybody? What is it gonna feel like? What are they gonna say? I've never worked out before, or I haven't worked out in a while. And like, you came and now you leave a little bit less defeated.
Yeah.
And if you have F in your step, you're like excited, you're bopping around, and my doubt is gonna stop me from doing an event.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh, okay, never mind. Let me sit my behind down and calm down. And like, so I said to say is that feeling overrides the doubt.
No, I understand that actually, and I resonate with it deeply. I always say, whether it be with any podcasting that I do or whether it be with like the event that I just threw, you know, I always thank everyone for continuing to create a safe space for me that allows myself to create a safe space for them, because it is reciprocal, right? It's one of those like symbiotic relationships. So where I might feel self-doubt and then I'll come out and do whatever it is that I'm doing, that person who felt self-doubt in the audience was like, I felt self-doubt, but thank you. And now we're bouncing off of each other. And so the one thing that I love that I feel like a lot of people don't get to see is like the very like human pieces of you, right? Because I think that we all go to our workout classes, we see our instructors, and they're like these superhumans that can do all these great things with their body, but we don't think about them as a person. So talk to me about Jodi, the person. Like, talk to me. I know you're very like, I know you're like such a kind, sweet human being. I know who you are. Like, I know you're very funny and very sarcastic sometimes. Like, but yeah, no, like those are the things people don't know about you. So like, talk to me about what is your spiel if you had an elevator pitch. I know your elevator pitch as a businesswoman, as a fitness instructor, as a Jodi, as a human being. What is your elevator pitch? I feel like no one's asked you this.
No one has asked me that. My elevator pitch as a human is, I love to love people.
Okay.
Like, I love to love people, and I love to see them have a good time, and I love to laugh. Like, that's where the sarcastic side comes from, because I'm just like, life is so serious, and it's really not that bad.
It's true.
Like, gas is high, hell, it's going to keep being high. Like, that's fine, but at the same time, it's like, thank God I, like, can do the things.
Right.
And so I say all that to say is, a lot of times we take life too seriously, and Jodi is in a space now where she's like, I'm excited about what's coming next. I'm excited about like life. I'm excited about my family. I'm excited about my future.
Right.
Like, I'm not the person who's in a space where I'm like, oh, like I'm not married, I don't have kids, but I'm like, I'm excited for when the time comes.
No, for sure.
But I'm not like oh, it has to happen now.
For sure.
But I think I'm in a space of expectancy where it's like it's the excitement of what's coming, of what's to happen. But like along the way, if I'm not laughing, like something's wrong.
So you know what's the usage of the word expectancy? Because I recently heard that at this mastermind luncheon. And it was such a good word that I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna write this down and keep it close to my chest. And you know, I'm a firm believer in synchronicity, so the fact that you just used that word is everything right now. So Jodi, I wanna thank you for your time. This food is coming. And I am,
you, Jesus.
Well, no, I didn't say it's coming like right now.
Oh,
like,
okay. I was like, oh, wait, thank you, Jesus.
No, I'm starving.
No.
But no, honestly, thank you for spending time with me. But I do want I have one last question right before we close out. So I know we talked about people not knowing certain things, or what would you like for people to know about you? So I'm gonna have you take your moment to look in the camera, and I want you to share the things that you think like, hey, people should know about, whether it's your business, yourself, or it's a mantra that you're holding on close to in this season of your life right now.
Keep talking so I can think of something else. Keep talking.
I will give you some time to think if you need it. No pressure.
No, none at all. Got it. Noted. I think one of the things that I want people to know about me, and just like, I think a mantra that for me I carry very, very close, is work like it's gonna work. Because my life has literally been living proof of that exact thing. Where it's like in the moments when I wanted to talk myself out of certain things, the moments I wanted to quit, the moments that it didn't feel good, it didn't always look good, I was like, I'm still gonna do it. Because I knew that on the other side, something was already like kind of confirmed. And so I was living in the confirmation of what was already gonna happen. So it's kind of like when you go to a workout, like, you know there's an end to the workout. So I'm working out like the goal has already been accomplished. And so for me, that's what I've been holding on to, not just in this season, but like other seasons as well, is work like it's going to work, because it is. And it's like, may not work perfectly, but it's going to work, and not just work out, but like God will make it happen in your favor. And I thank him that like things that I didn't want to happen, or that I wanted to happen, maybe he didn't allow to happen because something even bigger and greater was happening. And it's like crazy to think, like, for me, wait, God loves me that much that he would allow me to still have an incredible work ethic, continue to still be able to do all the things that I do, but yet still protect me from things that like weren't for me. And so I think it's like being in a space like rest in what you're doing, rest in the way that you're doing it and how you're doing it and the why behind it. Because like my purpose is not your purpose. And like it's supposed to be that way. Like we're supposed to have different purposes.
Right.
But also learning to celebrate people. Like I'm constantly around people who always say like, oh, aren't you like afraid that someone else is doing this or that that person's that or that thing and what that looks like? And it's like, no, like you can celebrate people where they're at.
Absolutely.
And you can have joy for them where they're at, and you can like, and I remember seeing something this week, it was like, you should be, the people who are around you should be able to celebrate you if they're also in a season of confidence, but also in a season of winning. And that doesn't mean that their wins are always gonna show up, but it does mean that you can still show up in spaces with people and celebrate the wins with them no matter what season you're in, no matter what season they're in. And it just makes you a better person. It's kind of like speaking into existence before it even happens. So yes, just that's probably the biggest thing for me is like celebrating people where they're at, but then also working like it's gonna work.
You know, I like that you said that because I feel like we went from you can do hard things, which is the beginning, right? Is the start. You can do hard things, and now it's a progression to, okay, now you're doing the hard thing, so work it out until it works out.
Yes.
And so I love that. I'm ready to eat this food so we can take this walk.
Nike! I cannot wait.
Okay, so favorite brand of sneakers. Is it Nike or is it not?
Honestly, yeah, most of my stuff are Nikes. Most of my stuff are Nikes.
I'm a Nike fanatic. Let me see what you got. Oh, you got Filas.
Yeah, they were
Hit 'em
the
with the old
closest thing.
school.
Just a little pop.
No, the drip is. This is not the drip. This is the waterfall. Like.
Welcome to the Holy Grail.
Do you know what's
It's the
funny?
oranges.
I've only ever bought anything from Nike when we did the event here.
I'm basically an influencer.
Huh?
I'm basically an influencer.
You're an influencer. She's got all the brands.
the only way.
So I'm wearing Fabletics stuff, but that's because I'm a Fabletics partner. But you know, I feel like everyone is a Fabletics partner. But I only have like 2 items from here. They have really nice colors.
That's what I like, especially during the summertime. I feel like they come with these like bright, like our colors.
You wear a lot of color. I'm a muted girly.
Get you more colors.
I'm trying. I'm working on it.
We need like the oranges, the purples.
You do use a lot of orange.
Yes. A lot of pink too.
A lot of pink. Yeah, you do. Because when we were making the flyer even for the event, I remember I made it kind of plain. And you were like, can we make it bright? And I was like,
Need colors.
oh my God. Oh my
And
God.
some colors.
And you were like, I just love colors. I was like,
And like I was never that person where I was just like wear black everything. It's only when I do events that I wear colors.
Really?
Yeah. And
So-
because people like make more comments about it. They're like, oh my God, I love that color. I love
On your
that color.
skin, yeah.
So it's easier to follow because if they're fighting for their life, there's only one bright color for them to look for.
True.
It's just like, and then on top like interviews and stuff like that, it's like people are gonna see it for the long term and they're like, oh my gosh, remember the interview you did with the girl who had the bright yellow on?
You know what? Like, this is true. I wear color now just because Ryan likes colors on my skin. He's like, it just looks so good on you.
It does.
But like, you know, you know what it is? I think it's a childhood thing. So I used to wear really colorful clothes, but wouldn't have a lot of money. So I would repeat clothing all the time, and it was obvious because you remember, oh, you're wearing this shirt, and then you wear it again 3 days. So I started wearing black, white, navy blue, and like beige, and so yeah, like that's
stuck.
I love a good muted tone. Yeah, but you know, now I'm like, oh, look, I like this bright blue though.
She's like, now I can do it bright.
I might actually buy
Oh
something.
wait, that's actually really cute. But no, they have the thing over here too, the
Now
shorts.
you have me, I'm gonna spend some money today. No, that's too much. That's
Hello.
Too much. That's too much. I like the shorts a little thicker, or a little, not thicker.
Longer?
I like, no. I like the shorts a little tighter. You know, I'm trying to show off the thighs. Do you see this? Lori Harvey who? Lori Harvey who? I'm getting thick, y'all.
She is. She's in berries every waking moment of the day.
No, I do like this little sweater. I think I might actually buy something.
I'm just like looking for more cover-up stuff because like now I just like when I'm in workout clothes, it's like okay, yes, I'm at gyms all the time, but then it's like when I'm not inside of a gym, people are like, I'm like, oh, this is socially acceptable. People
That's how I felt. I was gonna come out wearing this thing, and I'm like, oh, not me being naked.
That's
you know,
I
like this. Ooh. I'm a freak for a good white
like,
shirt. Are you buying anything? No, it's just me.
No, I restricted myself. Thank you so much. See, like, what is this?
I like this.
It's actually kind of cute.
Is this a skirt?
Yeah.
No, you lost me. I thought they were
I
pants.
like couldn't figure if it was pants or skirts.
I'm not a.
I saw it here and I thought that it was.
Nah, they lost me with the. This is Tampa, Florida. It's not New York. What they got going on? All right, sneakers. Sneaker-wise, Nike sneakers. What's your your go-to? Are you an Air Max girly? I really want to buy something.
Like, it's giving Air Max. Okay, I like the stylish shoe.
No.
But I don't like the cheetah print.
Okay. I'll tell you right now, I'm a Presto girl. I'm a Presto. This kind of sneaker, whatever this was.
I do like the Presto.
I like anything that's under $100. I'm not spending more than $80 for a sneaker.
Listen, I remember my dad would go into the store and he'd be like, nothing under 50, more than $50.
Yes, no more than 50.
I'm like, then we can leave.
I'm like, just take me to Rack Room.
Honestly, take me to Payless. You could pay more, but why? Like, what? Didn't they go out of business?
Did they? Yeah, they did.
They did go out of business.
They did. My mom worked at Payless for a while when she was pregnant with my brother.
That's funny.
Yeah, so we had, I had all the Payless shoes.
Every Payless.
All the little chunklets, the jelly ones. Do you remember the jelly shoes?
Did you have the lighted ones?
No. No, my parents wasn't playing with that.
Okay. Yeah,
anything foreign?
It would have electrocuted you, and then you would have been.
You already know how like Caribbean foreign parents get down. They be like, It is different. We don't like it. It is different.
Yeah. No, also the Heelys.
No, that was an absolute. Did you have Heelys?
I did.
They let you have the Heelys?
They did. My mom did. Yes.
They were scared I was gonna break my teeth. And then it's funny because I did injure myself with my accident, but I made it count. The one time you hit your face.
You just gotta make it worth it. You gotta make it worth it.
So you guys, we used to have a friend that worked at Nike, and it was lit because we threw an event here back in July of last year.
Yes. I thought about doing one this month. Like a few months ago, I thought about doing one this month.
Yeah.
Just for mental health awareness month.
Would you like a moderator still, or you think you can moderate it on your own?
No, I can't.
This is me shooting my shot.
No, let's do something for Juneteenth.
Oh. We have more than enough time to market it.
Yeah, a Sunday morning.
It's on Sunday?
Juneteenth falls on it. Wait, but we could do it on Juneteenth. Juneteenth's a Friday.
People work on Friday. You know what?
No, because last year people dragged me for not doing an event on Juneteenth. They're like, we're all off from work. Why wouldn't you have an event?
Oh, that is true. People are off.
Because it's a federal holiday.
I don't have a 9 to 5 anymore.
Same, so that's why I was lost. I was like, I thought y'all had to work. I thought it was a Monday. They were like, no, we don't have to work. It was a random day of the week.
Okay, so yeah, let's plan it. And you know me, I'll get started on marketing. ASAP.
I'm gonna talk to them and see what they say. I don't know who their new person is, but even then they were like, as long as you want to come to an event here, like we have enough people to vouch for you.
Oh, beautiful. Shit, we could ask right now. Why you playing? Like, I think we're gonna ask right now. Like, I like these shorts. I need to buy something. I need to not buy anything. I need to leave. Okay, so we're gonna ask the question and then we're gonna leave.
Your gift to yourself for working hard today.
The thing is I would love to explain it to Ryan in that way when he sees the credit card statements.
No, it's fine. It's fine.